Purpose is what brings fulfillment and magic to your life. Without purpose, we end up feeling anxious and adrift, disconnected, directionless. We can end up feeling depressed. All sorts of flow-on challenges and emotions and existential stuff arises when we are without purpose. So let's solve that right now, because you absolutely have a unique soul purpose as part of your soul's overarching plan for being here in this life. You can identify what that purpose is in really awesome, grounded, practical, tangible ways with these two exercises I'm going to take you through today. You're listening to Practical Spirituality with B, the podcast with spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic. I'm Bernadette Logue. You can call me B, and I'm excited to share this episode with you. Hello and welcome to this episode. I'm so excited to be connecting with you today. I'm going to be sharing with you my footprint method, which is 2 exercises to help you to identify and reveal the unique soul purpose that you are here for. And I want to share with you a couple of things before we go through that footprint method. Living without clarity and connection to your purpose is a painful, painful place to be. I know this because this is the place I used to be. So if you are feeling adrift, without purpose, unclear, disconnected from your beautiful soul, I just want you to know that I've got you. Because that's where I came from, and I've been doing this work for a long time now, and I've helped people move from that not having clarity to having clarity. It's not difficult. I love to make it clear and obvious, practical and grounded, and that's what I'm going to do with you today. For people that have been in my community for the last decade or so, and you know my body of work, and maybe you've read my earlier books, you will know why I'm so passionate about this topic. The reason is that in my early 30s, before I woke up, before I had a spiritual awakening, before I knew anything about my soul, before I connected with my purpose, I was not fulfilled. I was adrift, and yet I had everything on paper. I had like a great career, I had money, I had a home, I had a marriage, I had friends, I had all the things ticked off on the life list. But I had a big kind of emptiness inside of me, which I would just ignore by working more and doing more stuff and getting more things, none of which made any difference. And that sense of purposelessness and emptiness inside of my chest would cause me, like I would get up in the morning and I would cry before going to work. Like, I'm a grown woman and I've got this career and I'm like this confident corporate woman, and I'm frickin' crying before work. What is wrong with me? And I thought, oh, it's the job. So I changed jobs. No, that didn't work. Lo and behold, now I'm crying before work again. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I so down? Why am I so emotional? Why can't I get my bleep together? So I changed jobs again. No, lo and behold, crying before work. What is going on? And I now know what was going on. What was going on was I was totally disconnected from what I was really here in life to be doing. And that void and emptiness and melancholy and that welling of emotion was every part of my being crying out, trying to get me awake. And sometimes what happens is we're woken to the fact we're without purpose and awoken to the fact there's something else for us by simply knowing what we don't want, what is not right for us. So we don't even have to know what the purpose is or what direction we're meant to go in order to be on track. Sometimes it's simply waking up to, hey, maybe there's something not right here. Maybe I just need to admit what is not right, and this cannot be right, because if I'm feeling this way, then something is not right. And sometimes just giving ourselves permission to say, this is not it, I don't know what it is, but it's not this, is the first step to going in the right direction. So I shifted myself from, this life where everything on the surface looked right, but I felt not right and empty and purposeless, to discovering my soul plan and purpose and aligning myself in my life with it. And that instantly resolved all of those feelings. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy, and it doesn't mean I haven't had challenges, and it doesn't mean that everything's roses and glory. But it immediately resolved the directionlessness, the purposelessness, the existential angst, the this isn't right feelings, which is so important. And our very existence on the planet, our very being here, is deeply drenched in purpose. And we as human beings have a deep inherent need to feel purposeful, to feel like we are a piece of a puzzle and that we're an important piece of the greater puzzle of life, so that we A, feel valuable, and B, clear on our direction, and C, we're able to derive sense of meaning and belonging. Okay? And we can get all of those things from our own spiritual practice, but even with knowing your belongingness and your place in the wider cosmos and your connection to source, there is no getting away from the fact that when you have no idea what you're here for and who you are and what's going on in your life, and you don't have a sense of purpose, it will make it abundantly clear in the way you feel. And life and your soul are 5,000% invested in waking you up to your purpose, because it's the only reason that you're here. And you don't want to walk around on the planet not knowing what that is, or that there is a purpose. So life will do everything possible, and your soul will do everything possible to nudge you, to shake you, to wake you, to move you in the direction of awareness and reconnection and remembrance of who you are and why you're here. And sometimes the awful feelings and the not being fulfilled and the existential questions are exactly the way that you're being nudged, because your soul is nudging you from within, and then sometimes life nudges you from around, right? Signs and synchronicities, things dropping into your path that cause you to be curious about purpose. Life has a magical way of weaving divine guidance into your path from within and from around you to have you wake to this. So wherever you're at, I've got you. This might just be a clarifier for you today about your purpose. This might be like a complete awakening to purpose for you. Wherever you're at, you can utilize these exercises I'm going to take you through today to have a clarification, a profound awakening, or a reconfirmation and consolidation of your awesome soul purpose as part of your greater soul plan for being here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get the party started. The footprint method has 2 exercises, and it's called the footprint method because these exercises help you to see your soul purpose playing out like footprints in your actual life. Footprints in your past, footprints in your present, footprints inside your mind and inside your heart that are clues that when put together will show you your soul purpose. Now, in the last episode of Practical Spirituality with B, I took you through your overarching soul plan and the 4 key elements. And those 4 key elements are common to all of us, right? And they were that we come into life as souls with a very specific plan for learning, healing, growth, and contribution. And those 4 things, learning, healing, growth, and contribution, are all part of your purpose. You are here to learn certain things, to heal in certain areas, to grow in particular ways, and to make a very specific contribution. Now, when you know that immediately starts to connect you back to who you are and why you're here. Now, that's great, but it immediately then opens up the next question, which is what today's episode is about, because people then say, well, what are those unique areas for me? What am I uniquely here to learn and to heal in and to grow through? And what am I here to uniquely contribute? And that is what the footprint method gives you, is the ability to go through an exercise and to pinpoint that. So this is all inside the context of you being a soul on a journey here in life for a very good reason. So awesome. And in my book, Your Soul Journey Simplified, we go through all of it, like A to Z, everything you need. And the footprint method is just one little part of that greater method, if you like. So we're going to focus on that piece today, the footprint method. So when you know this, when you go through these exercises and you walk away today with clarity about your unique areas for learning, healing, growth, and your unique area for contribution as part of your soul purpose and your plan for being here, here's what happens. Here's the benefit, right? We're not doing this for entertainment. We're doing this because we're like, I want some benefits, people. How is this practically going to help you? Number 1, here is a huge benefit. You will no longer, after doing this exercise, you will no longer make yourself wrong, judge yourself, resist life, look at problems in your life as if they're random, and you will no longer doubt yourself, put off, deny, or second guess the urges and longings inside of your beautiful heart. And when you're able to let go of all of that, you have got so much more freedom, so much more energy. Instead of funneling all your energy into self-judgment, resistance to life, second-guessing, doubting, that takes so much freaking energy, right? It's draining. It's so draining. And when you're not doing that, what are you doing? The answer is you've got way more energy, way more time, way more capability and capacity, way more vibrancy, way better health, way less stress, way more balanced emotional state, more on-point mindset aligned to your soul, because you're not off track wondering what the heck's going on in your life, because you don't understand that all the stuff going on in your life is your soul plan and purpose. So the footprint method is going to help you to see how everything that's going on in your life connects with your soul plan and purpose. And so you can get up every morning and be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I'm right in the middle of this incredible, mysterious, divine unfolding. And I don't have to like every bit of it, but it totally makes sense to me. And now I'm going to use this understanding to optimize my life and to have fun while I do it. So this is the practical benefit, okay? So the footprint method, 2 exercises. The first exercise is a way to reveal your unique areas for learning, healing, growth, which are purposeful as part of your soul's plan for being here. Second exercise, practical way to reveal your unique contribution as part of your purpose and your soul's plan for being here. Let's do exercise number 1, okay? And if you have a copy of my book, you want to get a copy of my book, you can go over to my website and do that, bernadettelogue.com. The book has like the whole journaling guide, there's downloadable journaling guide template, there's coaching videos that go with it. It's like a $5 book. It's gold and will help you go through this in depth if you love like practical tools and tangible something that you can work through. But I'm going to take you through the core foundational pieces right now. So, exercise 1, how is life going to awaken you to your unique areas for learning, healing, and growth as part of your purpose? So think about it. You're a soul and you make this plan to incarnate for very specific reasons. And you've got a plan. I'm going to go forth. I'm going to learn this, heal this, grow in this way. Okay, but then the moment that you incarnate, like the snap of a finger, there is a forgetting. And it's on purpose. We'll talk about it in another episode. You fall asleep inside the dream of life. You have no memory of being a soul. You have no memory when you're born that you have any plan or purpose. So tell me, how are you going to become aware of it in your life so that you can achieve it? How is your soul and life going to get you to awaken to this so that you can learn, heal, and grow purposefully? There has to be an imperative. There has to be a prompter to get you to engage in your human self, in your small self. This is where life challenges come into play. Challenges in your life are a huge vehicle for your unique, purposeful soul plan to learn, heal, and grow. But not just any old challenges, because there is challenges everywhere, right? Big, small, long-running, short-running, all sorts of stuff going on. We're not talking about everything. We're talking about this. Repeating patterns of challenges where you consistently struggle, have an issue, or run the same problem or pattern. When you notice repeating patterns of the same kind of challenge, pay very close attention, because these are usually a very good sign that you have a soul lesson to learn in that area where you need to learn, heal, and grow as part of your soul plan. Now, side note, very important to say, you're not here to struggle. You're not here in life to struggle and tussle and be burdened and I'm destined to have problems in this area. No. You're a courageous soul. You're no victim. And you're not here to struggle in these areas. You are here to awaken, evolve, and gain mastery and triumph in those areas. That is the high potential. So I want you to stop with me now and really think about this. Where are the areas in your inner world, in your state of being, or in your outer life experience where you are recurring in the same challenge? You keep looping. It's like being stuck on a scratch on a CD. You just keep going back over and over the same thing. It might be in your mindset, a challenge in your mindset. It might be self-confidence issues. It might be trust issues with other people. It might be a particular health problem that keeps recurring. Now, here's the important thing to know. The recurring, repeating challenge is only a pointer to the underlying soul lesson. So if you've got relationship challenges and the same kind of thing all the time, like people pleasing, people don't respect you, there's betrayals, whatever it is, and it keeps going on and on and on in all your different relationships. Relationships is not the answer. Relationships is not the soul lesson. It's just the vehicle for the underlying lesson. And the underlying lesson might be something like trust, self-worth. In my book, I give over 25 examples of the types of soul lessons and how they play out. Okay, it can be trust, self-worth, discipline, freedom, abundance, generosity, leadership. There's so many. But you want to pay really close attention to this, because if you look at your life, I am obsessed with this, I love it. If you look at your life like you get in a helicopter and you look down upon your life like it is a printout of your soul plan, give me 5 minutes with you and I'll be able to tell you, by looking at the events of your life and the things that have repeated over and over again, the challenges that you have, the patterns will show themselves to you. They're like divine clues. That is where you want to look. And sometimes people are like, I don't want to look there because it's so icky. And it's yeah, you got to look where the dirt is so you can, if you want to be free, you got to look. Because these things are not wrong and you're not wrong. And there's no shame, there's no blame, there's no guilt. There's no victimhood. This is stand up in your soul power, sweet, lovely, beautiful being. You're a divine being. You're allowed to feel all the feelings and you're allowed to feel all the ways you do about the things you've been through. But now you're not here with me listening to this for any other reason than you want your soul to be free and you want purpose and you want fulfillment and you want magic. And this is where it's at. When you learn, heal and grow in these areas that your challenges are pointing you to as important for your soul, things will start to shift, okay? So that is the first of the footprint exercises. The second footprint exercise is around how do we reveal our unique area for contribution, purposeful contribution as part of our soul plan. Now, this is what people normally call my life purpose, okay? And the other exercise is what people normally call my soul lessons. So our unique areas for learning, healing and growth are encapsulated within our soul lessons, and our contribution is encapsulated in what we call our life purpose or our purpose for being, the things we want to do and contribute in the world. Now remember, you forgot about your soul plan and purpose when you were born. So how is it going to become apparent to you during your lifetime what your purposeful contribution is? Your unique choice as a soul to come forth and make this contribution. There has to be a way for it to become obvious and evident to you in your human self. And here is the answer. And I've done this work for over 10 years now, and this one thing is extremely powerful. Your soul is always speaking to you in a way that you can understand. And these 3 particular ways that your soul speaks to you, if you pay attention, they will point you to your purpose, your unique contribution. Your soul is speaking to you with passion, inspirations, and intuition. And when those 3 things all point in the same direction, meaning you're passionate about something you're inspired about it, by it, or you have inspired ideas of stuff you want to do with that passion, and you are intuitively nudged in that direction, that's your soul contribution, your purposeful contribution calling to you, beckoning you to step forth and to engage with it, to do something with it, to dance with it. And passion, inspiration, and intuition can point you to anything. Big, small, many things, singular things. We dive deep into this in my book, Your Soul Journey Simplified. We do it in my program, Soul Odyssey, where I help you and I go through it with you. These are big topics, right? But I want to really start out by giving you the big picture, and we can drill down into more detail in other resources and in other ways. But right now, I want you to really tune into that you have the answers within you and your soul is speaking to you. But here's what people do. Oh, well, that passion, well, that's not really that important. Or, yeah, but I can't make money out of that, so that can't be my purpose. Like confusing purpose with having a job. Or, well, that's frivolous to think that I should spend time doing this thing that I'm passionate about. I've got all these responsibilities I should take care of. Or, oh yeah, I just had an inspired idea, but now I'm too busy because I'm doing all this other stuff, so then I forget about it. Or, my intuition's been nudging me about this, but I don't trust myself. You know, maybe I'm wrong. So I'll just sit on that for like a while. And a while becomes weeks, becomes months, becomes years. Meanwhile, what you're passionate about, what you're inspired by, and what you're intuitively nudged towards is constantly trying to get your attention. And when you see people that are living what you consider to be their purpose or their purposeful life, or they're lit up, or it seems like they're really in flow and in sync, guaranteed they listened to what they're passionate about, their inspired ideas, divine inspirations, and their intuition. You have to tune into your soul, align with your soul. It is not mysterious and somewhere out there. It is right here. It is speaking to you within you, and life is showing you all around you, laid on your pathway, all the answers that you need for what your soul purpose is here in life, your unique learning, healing, growth, and contribution. So I want you to take a moment and really start to tune into what these things might be for you. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. My book, Your Soul Journey Simplified, gives you the big picture and all the details so that if you want a resource that you can take more time and really digest it and get practical with it, you can do that. But right now, I just encourage you to just pause and say, what is one thing that's made me go, oh, in this episode? Like, what is one question mark or possibility or opening or realization or insight? Because your beingness will give you what you need. And what I mean by that is when you hear things and when you learn things and when you cross paths with information like this, some awareness arises within you. Sometimes it's very subtle and gentle, but just notice what is floating in your awareness right now. What are you feeling inside your body? What is your gut telling you? Because the divine guidance sometimes that you want for clarity is right under your nose. One of the greatest ways that you will discover answers on your journey is by paying attention to your intuition, which is trying to guide you all the time if you will pause and listen and trust within it. And like, how cool is this? If we just wrap up what we've been covering, you can connect with and see evidence, like hard evidence that your mind loves evidence, evidence of your unique soul plan and purpose playing out in your life. Your soul plan for learning, healing, growth, and contribution, and the very specific, unique aspects of that for you. All of that wrapped together is your purpose, why you're here, what are you doing here on the planet. These things, these purposeful learning, healing, growth, and contribution are leaving footprints in your life, like clues. So look to those repeating challenges as patterns to help you see your soul lessons, your areas for learning, healing, growth. Look to the convergence of your passions, inspirations, and intuition, helping you to connect to your purposeful contribution. And I want you to stay tuned for the next episode, because we're going to be talking about your spiritual journey on the planet from pre-birth all the way through until death and your transition back to spirit side. And there are 11 marked stages that you go through from pre-birth until transition back to spirit side, which I call your soul odyssey, right? Your spiritual journey. Because your soul plan and your unique soul purpose are playing out inside those 11 stages. It is like freaking fascinating. And I created a map of those 11 stages of your soul journey and how they mapped the events of your life, like the stages and the seasons of your life and the things you go through are not random. They directly connect to the 11 stages of your soul journey. So I'm excited to share that with you in the next episode. And if you loved this episode and you want to dive deeper into the footprint method, you can head over to my website, www.bernadettelogue.com. That's Bernadette, Logue.com, and grab my book, Your Soul Journey Simplified. In that book, we go in detail about the footprint method and about everything else that I've mentioned in this episode. And there's a journaling guide you can download free that goes with that to help you do this exercise. Plus, there are 4 in-depth coaching videos as bonuses to support you that will walk you through everything. So that's $5 over on my website. You can download it now and immediately begin to really dive deep into alignment, to connection with your soul and your purpose. It's super powerful and I'm excited to share that with you. Thanks for listening to Practical Spirituality with B. I'll talk to you next episode for more spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic.